Sue Ellen's Little Sister is the second segment of the 20th episode of the second season of Arthur, and in this one Sue Ellen is feeling a little bit left out because she looks around her and all of her friends seem to have siblings, either an older or younger brother or sister, and she's an only child. And she realises that what she wants more than anything in the world is a brother and sister. And throughout the episode, she spends time with her friends' siblings, and it basically shows the pros and cons of having older and younger siblings. Prunella is basically... I feel sorry for Prunella, actually, because Prunella is kind of mistreated by Rubella, her sister. But Prunella doesn't seem to pick up on this. And Sue Ellen obviously doesn't like the idea of having an older sister, so she goes to Arthur's house and spends time with DW, but then that doesn't go to plan, and she just can't seem to find really what she would even want. Does she want an older or a younger sibling, a boy or a girl? She's kind of frustrated, and obviously watching it as a viewer you think, well, you haven't really got a choice either way, but it's an interesting opportunity for her to explore these different family dynamics and getting to feel what it feels like to be in the other person's shoes for a bit. And I think it's an interesting one that could spark some discussion about, well, the pros and cons of having siblings. I was an only child until I was 10. So basically I grew up as an only child, and then obviously there was a big age gap between me and my siblings. I never felt like I missed out. I don't remember being 7 or 8 and looking at my friends. Having said that, most of my close friends were only children as well. Had I had friends with close siblings, I probably would have heard them complain a lot about their siblings. I imagine that would have been the case. So I don't remember ever feeling like I wanted a sibling. That sounds horrible. You know what I mean. I never felt alone as a child. Not in terms of not having a sibling, but I think there will definitely be children who may have friends with large families, and if they're on their own, and especially if their parents are working all the time, you can definitely feel that loneliness. And not that I'm suggesting any parents watching this will suddenly think, well, we better go and make a baby so my child has somebody to play with, but it's certainly an interesting thing to look at, and shows different perspectives, and again, the pros and cons of having an older or younger sibling. The ending I didn't like. I won't say what it is, I won't explain why. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean, but I thought the ending was a bit of a weird one. Not bad as such, but not exactly what I was expecting. So it's not a perfect episode for me, but I thought it was an interesting subject that I think they tackled very well. Sue Ellen is a character I really love. So definitely Sue Ellen's Little Sister was an interesting episode.